Yo, what's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, man. So rare for me to be streaming on a Wednesday day. Little man's down at the beach with my mom or with his mom and in-laws and all those things. So, daytime stream, but a sad daytime stream because it's the last day that we have trainer trials. So we are gonna play for the last time today, and then I've got locals. We're resetting our badge board tonight. So we got new badges up for grabs, which means I got to put together some new decks. And so the deck that we're playing on stream today is an iteration of a deck that I am thinking about playing tonight. I'm actually not sure what deck I'm going to be playing, but this is definitely one that's up for consideration. Let's give it a go. Just a reminder, if you want to check out the deck list, deck list in chat. And hey, I'm a heavily played affiliate. So if you do heavily played, or I say HP, HP, there's a nice little code that you can click on. Go get all these cards if you need to for any TCG that you're looking for. Heavily played is, a TCG player competitor. So if you're sick and tired of all the stuff going on with TCG player, try heavily played. It's just local shops putting cards up to sell them to you. So check it out. That's there for you. Again, I get a little kickback if you go there and you buy something. But hey, don't. Pandatar telling me, don't play grass tonight. Hey, you're the reason why dark is even in consideration. Thanks for getting me that Gulpin. Hey, had this pulled up because, sad. This is from the live website. But yeah, trainer trials ends tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. 17 UTC for those who need a different time frame. So sad, this is our last chance to play it. I've really enjoyed my time on live. So it'll be back in the future, I'm sure. I'm hoping that it comes back as a permanent fixture. And we'll see how it goes. But anyway, the list that we're playing tonight, I'm calling Gulpin and Guzzlin. I mean, we're just going to be feasting, but we're going to be feasting two different ways. So I want to give a shout out to Matty G. He 3-0'd a Twin Leaf tournament with this monstrosity, at least an iteration of this monstrosity. And then I was like, dang, let's play that. So let's try out what we got here on live. So the Pokemon Suite, the new Guzzler Swalot, which at first I kind of looked at this card and was like, I'm not so sure that card's great. But like the more that I've played it, I'm like, this card is pretty legit. So Swalot, basically the first attack says, if you have more energy attached to Swalot than your opponent Pokemon, you thus get to do 160 extra damage. So 170 for one energy potentially seems pretty busted. And then even attaching 2, that's still a good attack. And then if you think about it, attaching 3 energy for that's not bad at all. If you can attach 3 energy to something on a stage 1 and do 170, you're probably pretty happy regardless. But just the fact that you can scale it if you need to, but the fact that it's just so good with 1. So that's our new Guzzler Devouring Mouth. And then because I want to be getting things out of the active that have big energy, we're running the Mabostiff. So this has the Intimidating How ability, which is basically half an escape rope. It forces your opponent to switch to the bench so that we can get something up there to swallow it. Also because Guzzlord, especially on live, is capped at basically 120 damage. So I need to get them big mons out of there so that I can hit it with a Red Banquet and get, those 2 prizes if I need to. Besides that, it's just the usual dark suspects. Liepard is our draw engine. Discard 1, draw 2 is its ability. Weavile for those ability heavy decks when we need to hit big numbers. Spiritomb and Hoopa is just early aggressive threats, and then Galarian Weezing because it's just real good. And then I have Galarian Moltres in here. It's got whatever the Cruel Charge equivalent is. I can't remember what it's called. Malevolent Charge, I think might be the dark iteration of it. It's so hard to read these dark cards from this era. But basically it comes in, it can attach 2 energy to itself, and then it does 20 plus 50 times the amount of prizes your opponent have taken. So a late game sweep potentially with this card. If we start it, real sads, but it works really well with Clara. But this is definitely a card that's up in the air for cutting. I might be making some last minute cuts with this list. And Moltres is up on the chopping block, as long with Clara. Because if I'm not playing Moltres, I don't need Clara. Got ways to get energy. We got Beast Ring to accelerate energy onto Guzzlord on those 3 and 4 prize turns on our opponents. We're playing Dark City because there's really no good way to retreat Pokemon in the Pokemon Live format currently, this would definitely be something else. But then our ways to attach energy, I got Janine's, I got Mellow, we got Crispin, we got the Dark Energy, and I've got Counter Energy. Counter Energy is another one that's kind of like, Matty G wasn't playing it, his original list, and I kind of get why now. Every time I draw this, I'm just like, this isn't great. But we'll see how it goes. Turbo Energize helps us get some good plays. Turbo Energize on Weezing is amazing. Like, if your opponent's active is already poisoned, then you just, like, attach and get, like, a free Turbo Energize in the mid-game is, like, my best play with this deck. So, super excited to see how that goes. But, yeah, that's the deck more or less. Let's see how it goes. Let's hopefully we can pair into some matches today. Yeah, one of the things I've kind of noticed, it's been a while since I've played like Dark as extensively as I have while testing this deck, is like Dark is just so feast or famine. Like I either have it or I don't, you know? And obviously pun intended with the feast or famine part because of Godlord's Red Banquet. But I mean, it's just like I either have all the cards or I just have like a dead hand and I'm drawing, you know, 3 or 4 dead cards in a row. We got a lot of evolutions in the deck. Not that we have any stage 2s. We got a lot of stage 1s. That obviously plays a role in consistency. Energizer Wheel, more Pico. I don't mind that. The Moltres is just like it kills a Wailord, right? Like Clara, put it down. It kills a Wailord. We're going second. This is why I hate Clara. It's like our hand. I looked at the optics for this deck, like the statistics that they have on Cardboard Warriors, and it was just like your chance of having 2 or more recovery cards is like this, and I feel like every time I'm drawing Clara. So this is kind of like what I've gotten used to. But hey, they're playing against water, and thank goodness for our friend here. We won't be able to ascend into it, but we will be able to just evolve. This card is like the saving grace of Dark right now. I like went down like a couple of cards too to just try to get more consistency going. It's just like when your consistency engine is discard draw 2, you know, hey, fortunately we found it there. We're just gonna go bench our boys and in our turn. Fortunately, no way to search our deck, so kind of just benching blind here, but like, you know, this is a pretty quick KO on this if we can, you know, find the energy in evolution. Not going to miss that chance. And here, just getting this card, the Mabo Stiff, to switch out a Wailord that's just too difficult for us to get around. All right, they found the Buddy Buddy Poffin on turn 2, which is going to be nice for us. Oh, they're playing the Sandshrew. So, they've got Vulpix here on the bench. Do they have like a Floatstone or Escape Rope or a Guzma? All right, just going to attach Jet Energy to Vulpix. I don't hate it. They're going to Beacon here. That means they're probably playing the Special Energy Wailord, right? Let's see if they show me off the Beacon. Beacon letting them grab 2 evolutions. Let me get some of that live music. Such good background music. Gotta fix it so it's coming through the headphones. All right, we drew a Sneasel. Free Retreat. Good against this deck. Again, I'm going to bench it here. End our turn. Go from there. All right, things slow. 1 Marnie gets us going. Jumbo-sized Wailord, so we were right on the Special Energy call. Here goes the Alolan Sand Slash. What's the sand? This is a different Alolan Sand Slash. Knocked out by damage. It's just a free attack, kind of annoying. 30 energy for each water energy attach. And here's Brock scouting to get the more basics or an evolution. What's the Wimp Pod here? Galicia Pod, potentially? Interesting brew of water over here. We're going to make their deck do the thing because we don't have a lot going on. We're 1 top deck away from being good, though. I believe. They get to Beacon here, but I don't really know what they're going to Beacon for. Again, the Galicia Pod's the only thing. I don't even know if I'm saying that card right. That was a generation I don't think I played. Or I don't remember well, at least. All right, what you Beaconing for? Teal Mask Ojapan. Okay. All right. Marnie. Air balloon. Yeah, we chilling. Pass. That's what I'm talking about. This has kind of like been my experience, and this is why like Clara, love you Clara, but like if Clara was almost any other card, I would be happy right now. Because we know we do have like so many ways to accelerate energy in the deck between Raihan and Janine's and Crispin. So we've already got like kind of like 3 dead cards, and then I am playing Rescue Stretcher, and then we do also have I think I'm either playing Super Rod or Ordinary Rod. So we do have quite a bit of recovery because that's just where we're at with this deck. You have a lot of early cheap threats. You need energy, but yeah, we're struggling on the consistency bit in this early game. I haven't quite found the get out of free jail card. It's usually just open a draw supporter, which again, our odds of doing that are like, according to the stats, are like somewhere between 30 and 40%. All right, getting more cards. They got a lot of Pokemon in their deck. Let's see what we get here. Evolution Incense. We did it. Now we haven't checked our deck yet to know what's in here. So there's Liepard. I'm going to ditch this Clara 100%. What's better, Clara or Raihan? It's definitely just get rid of Clara. All right, bye-bye. Draw 2 cards. Hey, look, Birdkeeper Boss's orders. I can Birdkeeper up the Sneasel here just to draw some more cards. I would like to continue getting set up and get some energy. There is an energy. That's nice. Happen to also find Timer Ball here. Let's see what the Timer Ball gets me. Nothing. Typical Timer Ball. You Timer Balled real hard. All right, go up into our Galarian Weezing. I think we'll attach this air balloon here, and then let's go poisoning. Could have bosses ordered there, but I think I just want to take this KO. If we do take the KO, it does turn on reversal, but it looks like it's not that big of a deal. The KO won't proc Lucky Helmet, and then it won't proc like a Raihan or something. So I'm down with that. They could like hard retreat, and that's okay, because then they just have this dopey Vulpix hanging around. They might actually want it to get KO to get some more room off their bench, and of course activate reversal. Let's see what they do. All right, they are going to go ahead and do this. So this means that they are going to take some damage. Half a mind here to boss up the Wailord. Let's take our first prize. All right, there's a Pokegear. That's not bad. I like where our hand is at, really. So I don't know if I really want to like just research everything away, but it's definitely an option. All right, there's our Mastiff. I'm kind of interested to just like pop this first, but let's use this and see what we get. There's a Crispin and a Guzma. Let's go Crispin here. Let's just get some energy in play. I can go like Dark, Fire, or opposite, whichever the word might be. And then we can just get going on this. This says 20 more times the amount of cards. So I might switch that out and just see what they do here. So let's go boom, boom. And here, let's check and make sure we got the Swalot. Yep, he's in the deck. So it doesn't really matter what we're going to do. We'll put the Dark in hand. We'll attach Fire to Mastiff. Really good attacker, by the way. 160 for 3. Does do 30 to itself. So a little sad there. Going to go ahead and get that on the Gulpin. Gosh. I mean, am I going to regret dropping this Raihan eventually? Like, I like these cards. I don't want to discard them. And I don't want to make my hand bigger for this to be good. Let's see what they throw up here with our Intimidating How. Don't like that this has a 1 energy attack and kind of chunky boy. 140 HP, stage 1. Are they going to go in the Sand Slash? So yeah, let's go and Severe Poison that. That's a good one for us to Severe Poison. Again, the Spike Armor, which they might be considering, won't proc. Or probably won't attack in. Alright, gonna use Judge Whistle. Draw a card. This is where I'm always at with research. Like, such a good card, right? Such a powerful effect. Discard your hand, draw 7 cards. But, like, I just, there's no VS Seeker in live. So, like, if 100%, maybe I would discard this hand. Although Field Blower are really good against this sort of deck, right? So I probably can't afford that either. But yeah, just something to consider. All right, gonna spike armor, so 30 here, but we're not gonna actually KO it. Let's see what our draw is. Hisuian Heavy Ball. I think we're just gonna chuck that because I don't think there's anything in our prizes that we need. Let's ditch that. Draw 2. All right, there's a Marnie. There's an Earthen Vessel. Earthen Vessel's nice for the attachment. I definitely want to consider Marnieing. I think we still got Guzzlin in the deck. We got Counter Catcher too if we go behind on this whale. So let's get rid of Boss's Order. Let's just go get some energy. Want to leave the Fire in the deck? No, we've used Crispin, so I want to go ahead and grab it out. But I do definitely want to go ahead and attach there. Let's go Marnieing. They got a 10-card hand over there. I definitely would love to see that become 4. All right. Dark Patch. Hey, look, that's that Turbo Energize we found too. Not a lot to attach it onto, but we can like just have all our attackers basically charged up if we can find them. So I'm down with this. Let's go. Turbo Energize. Yeah, it's got to be the 2 dark based on what we got going on here. So here and here. And then let's KO this Alolan Sandslash. Goodbye, friend. This card, we got 4 cards in hand, right? We'll have 5 cards, so this is going to do 100 damage to us, this Galiciapod, which is enough. 20 for each card in our hand. So taking the prize there got us to that 100 number. So we will be KO'd here, but we'll probably go up into Mavistiff unless we can find the Gulpin. Only 1 ability over there. I thought that Weavile would be better, but just 1 ability still. It's the Wailord. So goodbye, Weezing. You will be missed. I guess I just got to get rid of this thing, and it's so annoying. It's actually a pretty decent attack. I like having cards in my hand. All right. I mean, the Hoopa kind of gets rid of some things on their bench, right? So I'm like kind of tempted to pop it down and attach this Hiding Energy. I do also have the Dark Patch. I would love to get into Guzzlord this turn. So let's start with, I think I'm just going to get rid of Iono here. Oh, I'm making them switch out. I meant to hit the Liepard. Chose the wrong ability. Oh, misclicks. That's okay. That makes this play really good. So let's go Hoopa. Let's go Hiding Energy. I could Iono here. We'd go 4. They go 5. But I think, because I actually kind of want to save the switch. I think the switch is going to matter more than I think, especially with a Hoopa. So let's rip this Iono. Also gets their hand down. All right, they've been struggling to get attachments on the same guys. Cool. Yeah, these are all good cards because they get my hand down. Get my hand down. We got Pierce too for a Guzzlord potentially. Have I traded yet? I'm kind of okay trading here. Let's get rid of this Moltres. Sorry, Moltres. Moltres and Clara down. Buddy Poffin. Just get out of our hand. There is a Spiritomb. But I do want to save that spot on my bench for Guzzy Boy. So we will not use it. And then let's get in here for the Hoopa. Let's go Assault Gaten. Boom! 90. Love this Hoopa. Obviously, it takes like some deck building restrictions to get you there. Love me, that Hoopa, though. Especially when you're dealing with bench barrier decks and you're playing Dark Spread. Just love the 90 damage. I thought that maybe this card was going to get a little bit power crept out of the format. Like, okay. But it's still just always so good early. And then it's going to find its uses mid to late game. Like, you just win so many games with Hoopa. You know, they've kept their Slugma, their Octillery alive the entire match. You've taken a couple prizes with Guzzlord. Now you just pop in with a Hoopa, take a KO, and maybe Galarian Moltres to clean up the deal. We got Escape Rope here to do 90-90. But again, I probably want to save the Escape Rope if we can get a Guzzlord online. Hiding Dark's going to let us just Mavistiff. What do they have here? This is a Lucky Egg. Draw until they have 7. Okay. And now they're going to Iris's Fighting Spirit. What card did they attach here? Uh-oh. So this card, that gets discarded at the end of the turn, right? Triple acceleration energy. So they attach it to Wailord, but it's gone, right? Sharkpedo. And then we'll see Powerful Cross here. Yep, there it goes. A read your card moment. Read your card moment. Cool. That gets me Guzzlord, so this can get me Swalot here. So let's go and grab a Swalot and a Dark Energy. Let's go ahead and... Let's Intimidating How here. Because we're going to be stuck with a low hand again. So let's see what they switch into here. Because if they switch into the Wailord... If they switch into the Wailord, is there anything I'm doing differently? No. They're going to switch into that. I'm probably going to take the Swalot KO here. And then let's go Nest Ballin'. Let's grab ourselves a Guzzy Boy. Let's attach energy. And again, I don't really want to... We'll do some damage to our Guzzler there. I forgot about Claim to Snowy Mountain. Not that we probably would have changed our play. Don't want to trade these 2 cards away. But we do have... I mean, we're just in a good spot. So let's Devouring Mouth here. Get some Discord notification. Who'll be Discording me? Oh, yeah. Got plans for Indian food tonight. Oop. I want that prize. Alright, there's Artisan. At least bump this. Our hoop is kind of worthless now. This Wailord is lurking. Again, we're just going to push the Wailord out the way. Alright, going to rhyme here. So give me a chance to get rid of this Hoopa. It's just bench sitting. It can't ever do more than 90. Although Phoebus entered the chat. I have half a mind to just discard the Artisan to life part here. Alright, there's a Guzma. Dang. Alright, let's get rid of the Artisan here. Get rid of the Artisan. Alright, let's scoop up Net and a Tayton Liza. I don't think there's anything I really want to scoop up here. So we got him in kind of checkmate here if all goes to plan. So let's Guzma up the Phoebus. And then let's go ahead and do the 50 here. And then if they, no matter what they put up, Mabistiff takes the KO. All right, because if they go up into the Wailord, I just push it out the way, and then this does 160. If they get rid of this, this is an issue. But yeah, we looking good. So yeah, early struggles into good game, and you can see how good Swalot was here, right? Like, I mean, just 170 is so clutch, right? Just like, especially when you have these 2 cards, they're so good together. And like, both of these cards are like independently strong. So like, incorporating them into your dark deck is no issue. And they both work well with the fire energy that you're now probably having to play. So like, it's good. They're good cards. And they're definitely this is a card I undervalue, and this is a card I've been trying to play forever. All right, there's a dark patch. So you know what? I want to win with my Swalot. That's all I want. I want to do 170. Such a good card. Look at that. 2 energy 170. That's busted. And oftentimes it's just 1 energy 170. So good. Swalot, baby. All right. Good game. All right, let's get into some more games here. Loved it. Clara, Galarian Moltres. Why? By the way, we hit our max, whatever it's called, our max battle pass. Look how easy it is on Pokemon. Live made it easy. Magic, it's like impossible. At least it feels that way. Unless you're running like mono red aggro and you can just like burn your way through it. This I was just like, I can casually play the cards I want to play and the format I like and get all the way to the end of Battle Pass. Now I've got, whatever the max bar is for Destined Rivals. So if I were to buy that, it's basically all those magical credits. Just good times. Good times. What's up, Mickey? All right. Loving this deck, dude. Loving this deck. All right. Lose the coin flip here. We're going to hope that we have a draw supporter or a setup supporter in our hand. I believe. All right. Opponent is going first. We will go second gladly. There it is again. There's Clara again. Why? Every single game. The RNG is so bad. At least I got Pokegear. Pokegear will mitigate some of those sad things. Going level ball here. See what the opponent will show us on this first turn. Love me some Rapid Strike. So they got the Rapid Strike basics going on. We got no Snipe, so they're safe today. Going to go ahead and Great Ball here. Get the whole setup going. And they're going to find the Cloyster. That Cloyster is sick. All right, Evolution Incense, and they're going to find the Octillery. We're playing Rapid Strike here. We find, there's a couple of okay, Arven's a good pickup too. Let's go Hisuian Heavy Ball here, see what we can grab. All right, Marnie, Titanize a Dark Patch, and then we got 2 energy in the discard pile. Let's see what Pokegear can find us. Pokegear is going to find us, 5 Pokemon and 2 non-supporters. So thank goodness we drew this Arven. Arven is just going to be Buddy Poffin and an Air Balloon. There's no way for us to get into Hoopa this turn. I would love to, Hoopa do the thing. All right, let's go Buddy Poffin. Let's see what we got going on here. Weezing is in the deck. Liepard, Weavile. So the gang's all here. I bet Gulpin is probably really good in this matchup. I bet Coughing is probably pretty good in this matchup too. So let's go ahead and hop those 2 down. Let me just double check that they're all here again. Weezing. Swalot is not in the deck, so we can't. Nope, that Swalot is in the deck. All right, get our boys down. Get our Mavistiff down, and let's just end the turn. All right, we're going to hope for a good Tonk deck. Going to hope maybe our opponent plays Marnie. Who knows? We can at least boss stall for a couple turns, potentially if we need to. But here comes that Octillery. Rapid Strike Search. I kind of maybe would have liked to see the retreat first, because it does have a kind of big retreat cost at 2. But they are going to find the Rapid Strike energy, so I think they're just going to try to get into the paint. Yeah. And draw until they have 6 in their hand. All right. They're going to go Waterfall here. 50 to our Sneasel. Sad day. All right, there's a Guzzy boy. So I kind of just want to go Guzzlord here. Let's go ahead and Boss's order up. Probably the Sobble. Let's go ahead and retreat into Maschiff, and then we'll end our turn. We're stalling here as we set up. Thank goodness Guzzlord takes 2 prizes. This is just how I feel like Dark is these days. They're going to have the switch. But again, they're banking a lot on 50 damage being enough. They're going to Rapid Strike Search here. See what they grab off of that. They're going to get the Drizzile. The Rapid Strike Drizzile. Okay. Does this mean they're running the other Inteleon too? We're going to get Quick Shot to Oblivion here if we don't do something quick. All right, there's the Weavile at least. So there's that. Air Balloon. Our last hope is let's go up into Coughing. Man. Clara, I hate you. Clara, I hate you. Can't. Someone either convince me to take it out of my deck, or someone say, hey, it's just a couple games base. Someone convince me, because now I'm going to rip this card in half. Yeah, there's the quick shoot Inteleon. So just like, paching. There goes Mischief here if they want to take a KO. Good news, our Weavile's doing a bit now. But all we need is one energy for this Coffin to kind of be doing some work. Just need to draw a card. One card. Dude, it is the classic Dark experience. All right, so oh, thank goodness for Cynthia. All right, do I want to get this card back? It's good. So everything's dying right now. Let's go Cynthia-ing. Give me some cards. Give me some cards. Those are cards. Those are good cards. That's not a thing. Energy here. Let's go Ascending. Let's get ourselves some neutralizing gas. Fortunately for us, I think that we can get Guzzlord going pretty quickly. All right, here comes the Cloyster. Cloyster can do some work here. All right, gonna draw some cards. Classic Dark experience. We're gonna lose to a deck that has Friends in Galar. Draw 3 cards in their deck. That is playing this Drizzile. Oh, Dark. Why? Why, Dark? Why? I love Dark, though. I just need Dark to do, like, draw one more card. Alright. So, can we do the thing enough to where it matters? I mean, I kind of want a Bird Keeper and see where that gets us. I just don't think it gets us very far. What's Moltres doing next turn? Moltres is probably doing enough to maybe warrant this Earthen Vessel, attach energy onto it, and then get going. Like, that's pretty hot, right? Right, chat? And then we can go ahead and Crispin here. Let's put this there. Let's put this here. And then, yeah, let's just severe poison. Might get in there with like a Hoopa or something. Might be able to just go up and Guzzlord and like ping some damage. At this point, Moltres is taking almost every KO. All right, going to Avery here. We're going to get rid of our Weavile to make things harder for this Cloyster and Inteleon to quick shoot us and the like. So let's see. Is Galarian Moltres going to bring us glory? I believe. All right, going to go Manaphy here. Manaphy is just food for our friend. All right, goodbye, Weezing. You have successfully stalled. What do I want to go up into? Because, like, this hiding energy is going on the Guzzlord. So let's do this. Now I'm just going to let this die naturally. There's Janine's. I think I can save Janine's for next turn. No, I don't think I can because then I got to get the energy. So let's save this Bird Keeper. And then let's just go Janine's here. Let's go here. Let's go here. I do got 2 Dark Boys. And then I'm just going to attach this here for the retreat potential. We are poisoned, but I've got Hiding Dark. Oh, I should have just maybe kept the Guzzlord up there. Alright. Yep. Have it happen. All right. Splody go bye-bye. We played 5 games last week. Tried to play janky stuff. Got rolled by the fire spread. Reversal here. You had reversal. I had reversal. That game. Yeah, the psychic deck was hard for some of the decks I was playing. So I will say that. All right, so just 70 damage here. We're only doing 120 with Guzzlor, but we do have it next turn. I'm surprised that they went up into the Inteleon. Big Wave. Okay, Big Wave is kind of a disaster. Yeah, Muscle Band. Muscle Band missing Splody Go Bye-Bye is like the worst. All right. So I'm going to Waterfall here for 70. Let's see what we get here. Scoop Up Net. Not the worst. Let's go Birdkeeper up the Purloin. Found ourselves a Liepard here. That's pretty nice. Let's go Liepard. Let's get rid of probably just Evolution Incense here. Draw 2. Those are some cards I like. Yes, sirree. Go here. We're not going to do anything to Spirit Tomb. Let's let them quick shooting. Actually, let's tempt them to quick shoot it. And then we can always scoop it up if we need to. And then we got Research in hand, which is just like legit. All right, Moltres, go. Moltres is going to chip in for some damage here. And then we'll clean up with Guzzlord and take our 2 prizes. And then I think beyond this, you know, we'll see where we get. We'll navigate. This is a context deck. We got to figure out what our context is and how we win. Some of these cards, though, are pretty good. Yeah. Turn 2, KO here. All right, Inteleon here. Hoping they put the damage. They're going to put on Guzzlord. Setting it up. Putting that energy on Cloyster. Then I'm going to get rid of Moltres. All right. Have you ever seen someone whiff energy before? Because we are about to whiff, chat. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, we don't have to. We don't have to whiff. We found the Raihan. All right, Raihan. Go. Attach fire energy. Let's go and grab a card. The card that we are going to grab. I might just need to get the Mastiff back. I mean, I might need to just go Iono here. And we got Research, right? Oh, God, is it Clara time? It's Clara time, chat. I was just talking about cutting it, right? Now we're about to Clara into Galarian Moltres, just like dominate this game. I was going to say the Scoop Up Net. Red Banquet, take 2 prizes. We're doing it. All right, let's take a couple cards here. All right, there's a Marnie and an Energy. Yeah, dude. We're doing it. Let's see. They're probably not going to take a prize this turn, right? So it might be best to wait on that. No, I think I got to just bite the bullet. What card is this? Gets 30 HP. I mean, we're still a ways away from dying here to anything. I'm just going to like scoop up this Spirit Tomb. Like this lives through another attack. This lives through another attack. There's like, that's Guzma, right? So Guzma, give me the Weavile. Here's the Spirit Tomb. I'm going to scoop up the Spirit Tomb. Yes, please. Go up into Guzzlord. Go Spirit Tomb. Attach energy. Let's go ahead and trade away this Marnie, I think. Let's hope we can find Swalot here. Mela's good. Let's go Rescue Stretcher. I think I just want to be prepared. to Mischief here. Let's go ahead and build Spite. And then let's Mountain Munch. All right, bye-bye, friend. All right, let's see what 2 prize cards we get. All right, Dark Patch and a Titanizer. Not bad cards to see. Let's see, what are we down? We are down Guzma. We are down Birdkeeper. But we do have Escape Rope still in our deck, potentially. Escape Rope and an out to Mabistiff. So we got 16 cards in deck. I mean, how greedy do we get here? Because we found the Mabistiff, we win. Right? And then if they put 30 damage on this is doing 170, right? Because it will have 4. I can go up to 5. 5 times 3 is 30. That's 150 plus the 10. So not enough for the Cloister because of this ability. Attaching the energy here on Cloister is actually not that bad. Or I said on Cloister, but attaching the Manaphy here, because it does make, this not a factor. The Gulpin, Swalot. I'd have to attach 2 energy to it. They're going Sobble, so they're giving me some options. And they are going to go Aqua Splitting. See where they decide to split up that damage. So let's see the most amount of cards possible. We're going to top deck Mabistiff here. There's Counter Energy. All right, so I think let's go trading first. And I'm just going to get rid of... we're probably going to discard the entire hand. So let's get rid of Amela. And there's Escape Rope, right? Escape Rope wins me the game. So yeah, there we go. Just gotta see all the cards. We did it. That's GG's. I even think Spiritomb could take a KO here if I wanted him to, right? Because it will do another 30. So, yep, 70. So, whoever they give me, we win. Woo, we did it. Surviving those early turns. And look, guys, I even Raihan and got Clara because we had a Galarian Moltres play. So even though we've started it in our hands the last 2 times, maybe it's worth keeping her around. Anyone want to top me out of it? I'm looking for someone to top me out of Clara. Maybe top me out of Galarian Moltres too while you're at it. All right, waiting for our opponent here. They might just be a little sad. I mean, we had so many looks. I want a Guzzlord, though. I don't like doing math. Let's just do the sure thing. And technically, we took 7 prizes to win this game. Woo! Clara was a good cheerleader this game. I got 2 or 3 of the full arts. I got to play her, right? She's so good. All right, we did the thing. Rapid Strike energy kind of busted. I mean, that, what's it called? That Octillery took a lot of prizes. Rapid Strike's a fun deck for this live format. Something to consider. You don't have the other Octillery. Why not play that one? Too bad Rapid Strike energy doesn't work with Rapid Strike Starmie. Why? All right, let's play. Yeah, I got to 4. I got to do some podcast stuff. Josh is getting on to me. I say Josh is getting on to me. We're collaborating right now. We're finally at a time where we don't have to do deck list talks on Unfazed Facts anymore. We could do an actual dive deep kind of episode, and we haven't done it in a while, where we've just talked about Gym Leader Challenge and what it is and what's it about and some of the more nuanced stuff. It's mostly been hey, there was a big tournament, because we had 5 or 6 big tournaments in a row. Okay, we got Guzma and we got Hoopa, right? I got to start Purloin here. Starting, what's up, Matty G? Yeah, we're playing something like Your List. Playing the equivalent of Your List. All right, there's a Fire Energy. I don't like that. I don't like having that at all. But we get to get rid of it. Let's go ahead and set up a Mellow play for later. All right, let's check out our evolutions here. I got Liepard. I got Mabistiff. We got Weavile. We got Swalot. So we got all the things. I mean, they're just going to go Um, they're just going to go super aggressive, right? That's what they do. They're going to hit for 70. Dude, the dog is so good. The dog is so good. Winning me games. I just might need something that like survives, right? So I don't think that drawing 2 is ever like super great and busted, but I do think I want to go this. And let's go energy here. The way that we're going to draw cards is that we're going to take KOs. That's how Dark draws cards in the early game. So let's set up that early game KO. All right, they're going to nest ball. They have Fan Rotom. Fortunately for us, if they do hit into Purloin, I can just Rescue Stretcher it back on. And then Guzma, and then hopefully, take a KO with this Hoopa on something relatively important. Probably have to go Bidoof or Squovit, depending on what list they're running. I mean, every list runs Bidoof and Squovit, right? Fan Rotom's kind of annoying for my 70 HP Evolving Basics. Oh, and they got the Ability Lock. Oh, at least I'm assuming that they do, because they got Slack all here. No Porygon Z, though. All right, going to play Colress Tenacity. Oh, Artisan would be nice for us. So yeah, there's Rose Tower and Jet Energy. Rose Tower is actually kind of nice for us, too. All right. Goodbye, Purloin. Goodbye. All right, let's go Gulpin. We're going to be Gulpin here. There's a Mela. Did I discarded a Fire Energy, right? I mean, the Mela's tempting, but I just don't have any way to retreat, right? So let's just get our Purloin back. Let's just go Guzma. And maybe we'll just save Mela for the next turn. I also get to use Rose Tower here. All right, it's Pokegear too. We'll save that for next turn. All right, let's go Saltgate. This is how we disrupt, right? Let's go ahead and return a KO. And then... all right, here's one Heavy Ball. Maybe there's a basic hiding out in here. All right. So at least their draw engine's kind of down, but they are going to go Rare Candy into Slacking. I hate to break it to them. We got 2 abilities. They find their Snorlax, though. They find their Snorlax. Escape Rope would be the worst. That's all. Escape Rope would be the worst. All right, Skyla, go get any trainer. Hey, I hope it's not Escape Rope. Unidentified Fossil. Okay, they playing Archeops. These are probably just some of the best cards you can play, right? They have used their Rare Candy, though. So are they going to elect to just pop in here? Yeah, they're going to pop in here. Salt Landing for 70. That means Mela no good. That's okay. We're gonna Pokegear. Let's go Hisuian Heavy Ball. We do have the Moltres, probably the worst grab. And then let's see what we get off of this. There's Janine's. And there's Cynthia and Caitlin and Clara. The Clara rearing his ugly head again. They got 4 cards in hand. I mean, it works with fire, right? Moltres works with the fire, and I'm not running the fighting anymore because we're running Janine. So we have we're running 11 energy. So I think it's pretty good. It gives you a place for that fire when you need to early on, if you're looking for another play. But I think it's okay. I'm playing Claire to help get it. That being said, let's just rip this Marnie. I'm not sure. Moltres is the one I'm on the fence about. Okay. These aren't bad. Do I lose? We're gonna lose Hoopa here though, which is a little sad. We can go up into Spiritomb the next turn, maybe Iono. I don't think we can get our hand down to draw. But yeah, let's Hoopa, you You are sacrificed. You've done your job. We can at least maybe boss on the Swalot, and then this Fan Rotom is just going to be taking like 3 prizes, right? I'm going to miss out the Arcanist stupid 80 HP here. We're going to find their Dodrio here too. So even though we got rid of a barrel, they got like a pretty good setup going. If they ever get this Arcan set up, it's just going to be bad news too. No, they're gonna Nest Dash. They must have nothing. Absolutely nothing. All right, they're going to use Rose Tower. I guess, honestly, Swalot Rose Tower is kind of busted, right? Zoom and draw, get their hand back up to 4. That's like 4 new cards this turn. That's still decent. Maybe this is like they knew that their bench would be kind of filled, so instead of playing the Oranguru, you just play that stuff instead. All right, well, we get to take the KO here. I'm definitely going to burn this Iono. Take him down to 4. They don't have any energy in play, but they might have Archeops, and that just means like bad news, but I can't KO it anyway. So like the only thing I could KO besides the Fan Rotom, which is actively killing me, is the Swalot. So let's get rid of the danger. Let's disrupt and get rid of the danger. All right, those are cards. Those are cards that matter. Those are things. Those are things that matter. No way. That was so bad. Now the good news is this Weavile is going to take care of business, right? Because they got like what? 1, 2. Well, this is going to die, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is going to be doing a ton of damage next turn. And we got Crispin to help power it up. So, oh, I could bench Guzzlin and draw a card. Like, yes, please. Hey, look, we found you, Swalot. Yes. All right, Swalot going to be taking care of business here in a bit too. All right, I feel better about our options. Just our opponent needs to not have Archeops, but we've established that they, can basically, siphon through their deck here. Although, hey, there's Beast Ring. Beast Ring is Guzzlord next turn, right? Because this plus Crispin, so that's pretty sweet. The killer's in place. Yeah, this wall's amazing, dude. So yeah, I think where we're at, we're in a pretty good spot. It's just whether or not, I don't know if Swalot's ever going to be useful if Archeops gets into play. And then like we'll have to kind of push around this Snorlax. All right, and the Dodrio here can take a pretty sweet KO. What do they got attached to it? Boomerang? Boomerang is nice. Let's see if they opt to go. They are going to Nest Dash here. All right, find that one card. And then they got Rose Tower to draw them up. They did Zooming Draw first. So they're only going to see an extra 2 here. No Archeops is a win, but it's just lurking, right? It's either lurking or prized. All right, and this is Arven, and I think they got to have an out to it, right? We see Evolution Incense, but we haven't seen an Ultra Ball here. Might just be Evo Soda as well. So it looks like Arven is their out. Technical Machine Evolution. What do they get back there? Are they going to get back the Bidoof? So they're just going to maybe evolve here? No, they're going to take the KO. Interesting. Uh-oh. All right, Beast Ring. I don't have any fire energy in my deck right now. So that's kind of rough. Which means that this Crispin is kind of dead. I could play it to draw more cards with Rose Tower, but let's see what's up. How many fire do you play? I play 2. 2 fire. I guess now, now I've already kind of gone up into it. So one of our fire is prize. So now I can Ordinary Rod though, right? And now I can Crispin. But like, why? Why? Seems low, but I think it's been mostly right. Seems low, but again, I think it's mostly right. Yeah, let's go ahead and Crispin now. I want to put the fire energy into play. Just kind of mad that we're missing out on the KO this turn. Maybe I should attach the fire so I could take the dark for the Weavile. At least we have a guaranteed Guzzler next turn. All right, there's Arven. Arven's a good call. Yeah, AG, I've struggled with that because I'm playing counter energy too, just because like, you know, it's another way to power up Guzzler potentially. But things are just tough. Things are tough. I think 2 is right, but I'm playing 11 energy. I think you need a lot of dark for Janine. So you have Janine's, Crispin, Raihan, Mela. So if we're playing 11 energy and I'm playing 2 fire and counter, that means I'm playing what? 1 hiding dark and then 7 dark energy. All right, so this is going to have to be a Weavile KO here. They're going to Mallow. Does this say energy? So it's not energy card. This has been a fun game. I think we're going to be a little slow here. 6 seems low. I think between... So, I mean, I did have to make some concessions, obviously, because we're playing Ordinary Rod and we're playing Rescue Stretcher and Clara. It's greed either way. I don't know if it's greed either way. I mean, like, how many energy can you play before your deck is just inconsistent too, right? And like the fire energy is so bad when you pair it with Hoopa and when you pair it with Spiritomb, right? Like you want to have those dark energies early. And if you're playing Hoopa, you need the fighting dark, right? There's no way around it. So I prioritize like early game consistency and like those early game KOs over something like the speed of like the other stuff, I guess is what I'm getting at. Let's go into Weavile here. Oh, dang, of course we get the dark patched. All right. Let's go Arven here. But anyway, this is a good discussion. I like the discussion about all that. Do I have any dark energy left in the deck is the issue. Yeah, I do got 1. All right, perfect. So Earthen Vessel. Let's go Air Balloon. We might need it for the following turns here. So... Dang, I should have gotten Turbo Energized so I could discard it. I mean, am I just getting rid of Birdkeeper now? Probably. Probably. I probably should have gotten rid of the fire. I'm going to go ahead and play this Dark Patch now so I can draw new cards. All right. There we go. Thank goodness you showed up to work, Lappard. Let's see what we got, Buddy a bowl in here. Yes, please. I would like those 2. I think 2, I mean, again, hear me out. I think 2 was right. Because, again, you're looking for darker energy in the early game. Crispin's just maybe like a discard fodder late in the game, right? That's like what it boils down to. All right, let's go do 300 damage to Snorlax here. All right. Let's hope they don't have a gust for Guzzlord. Two 7 is fine. Yeah, I mean that's what it is. You just got to count Hiding Dark There's boss on Guzzlord. Not the end of the world, but obviously a kind of a detriment. We kind of expected it. Archeops onto this. This gets KO'd by a light breeze. What's up, Weeder? Missed a really good discussion about energy counts. No, Badgie, that's the thing. I'm not sure. So I actually really value your opinion on this. So don't think of this as me like trying to belittle your opinion whatsoever. I actually really appreciate your opinion. You 3-0'd with this deck. I started by playing 3. And when we started by doing 3, I just found I couldn't Hoopa or I couldn't Spiritomb early because I was drawing those fire energies. So that's why I elected to just go 2 fire. Again, it's less consistent, but I feel like the powerful stuff is like, eh. Okay, gotcha. You like the 2 fire more than the 6 dark. Yeah, all right. I mean, we're running counter energy just because, like, I actually am really down on the counter energy. The counter energy is has not been useful whatsoever. All right, so this is where things are like real sad, right? Because there's no way for me to really disrupt this Archeops. All right, we got Scoop up net, so let's just go up into the Weavile here. All right. So I think we have to, and I think I've used Guzma already, have we not? We used Guzma like the first turn to get a Hoopa play because our hand was so bad. I just don't know how we get out of this because I would have to like boss this up. So we still got boss in the deck, right? All right, so let's dig for boss. So if we boss, then the Snorlax might have to KO itself. All right, that's my thought. All right, those are not boss. So now I think we're DOA, but let's go ahead and Cynthia. Maybe they're out of energy. The Mastiff is cute here, and we did find boss eventually. Do I just push this out of the active and KO something else? No, it just doesn't matter. Let's hope that this is enough. Maggie, I agree. Yeah. No Moltres and Hoop. I think what I'm getting at. Pierce does get the dog. We also drew the dog, fortunately. But at this point, what do they have on this? This is a capture energy. They have the recycle back to hand. They just need to attach and lazy, and it's just GG's. So we're just hoping that they don't have another energy in their deck, right? And I'm not sure how many they're running. There's a lot in the discard pile, don't get me wrong, but they got to have them, right? They got to have at least one. If they Primal Turbo and there's nothing, though, that's how we win. Oh, they're going to Nest Stash. Are they looking for Special Charge? Do we have them if they don't have Special Charge? Oh, no. Please don't let that be the case. Okay, they're going to Primal Turbo. They had the energy in hand, maybe, and they needed to get it into the deck. So that's Nest Stash having a good use here. That was fun. Yeah, we had they had to whiff for us to get that last turn. Having the boss on the Guzzlord turn, obviously, like we powered up the Guzzlord and we did our best there, but well, we couldn't get to it. Dark losing the colorless, like I'm fine. We had our chances, we had plays. Sometimes the cards didn't go our way. I think there was one turn that I kind of flubbed, and like in that matchup, I think you have to be like super tight, and we just weren't as tight as we needed to be, and that's okay. We'll get better. That's what this deck's all about. Now, yeah, I think we actually have like a pretty decent matchup. Like Galarian Weezing is just so boss against that deck. They just get set up so much quicker than we do. That's what it boils down to. When they can get into their engine better than we can. So going back, I know Matty G and I've been talking about these energy numbers so much, and it's like it's the most important part of the deck. Crispin and Janine and Mela, and all these cards are so important when you're trying to get extra energy on the Guzzlord, and you don't have access to those double energies anymore, and double turbo is just like kind of flubbed because of losing that 20 damage is kind of a big deal when you're doing only 120 with Guzzlord. So maybe losing the Galarian Moltres is the call, because if you lose Galarian Moltres, you can lose the Matic G. I am such a fan of the TM, because hear me out on this, because they're always in dark when you're playing the Galarian Weezing. There's always that turn where, like, if you stick a Galarian Weezing in the active and you've poisoned, that you've already poisoned them, they've passed it back, right? And it's going to get KO'd on that turn. So, like, if there's a list that deserves to run Turbo Energize, because not only does it get early game use out of it, but it gets that mid game use out of it, I think it's Dark. And that's where I'm at with it. And I've done that so many times playing this deck. No Lux Cape. No Lux Cape in the list. I think we're just down on, like, we got cheap, good attackers, punch in, take some KOs, and then just take your 2 prize turn that one time. Guzzlord's like what? 250 with the Lux Cape, and then water just goes, here's an extra energy and KOs. I think Lux Cape got a lot worse with the inclusion of the new Wailord, just because one energy puts it at that 260 mark, and that 260 mark is just like on everything. All right, well, so that was a hand. I know we didn't get to see it too much, but that hand was kind of an example why, like, I'm tentative to go up on Dark. Like, if we had a basic in here, I mean, we do have Earthen Vessel. Obviously, the factor can be mitigated by I'm going to have maybe Professor's Letter and some other things going on in our deck. Gosh. Late game Moltres with Cape is pretty strong. Yeah, I mean, the reason why I'm playing the Moltres is because I fear the Whale, right? Like, I don't have any way to get over the Whale hump, right? Like, that's why you're playing, like, Mavistiff, right? So you can just, like, consistently go around the Whale, right? That makes, like, your Guzzlord better. So I'm fearing the Whale. So when I feel the Wailord, what does your deck have to do when it can't hit that number? And that's what our deck is doing currently. Swalot is just really cool because it gives you, like, a turn 2 gust out. Yeah, Weavile can hit the 250, but that would require every other Pokemon in play to have an ability, and the Wailord doesn't, right? So that means all 5 bench Pokemon. So, like, Wishy-Washy, Octillery, Frostmoth. And if they have all that set up, you're losing. Hey, look, we won, guys. We won if we have Hoopa. No! Where you at, Hoopa? You had one job. Your job was to show up to work. And it didn't show up to work. Oh, dang. We don't have anything. Let's get the dog, I guess. All he had to do, show up at work. What's the Grapha do? This is kind of an interesting spot. I don't know if I want a Cynthia yet. This hand's, like, pretty good. And I can just wait till next turn. I mean, my hand's just going to get disrupted, right? We should just play Cynthia. Yeah, I mean, this hand's, like, just as good. In turn. All right, like, I'm just supposed to play Cynthia. 40 damage for each type. Could Cynthia and Cynthia into Hisui and Heavy Ball and Energy? Yeah. Definitely a thought. So probably should have saved the energy there. Giving our chance the Buddy Pop in, and also going to be able to Artisan here to get kind of a full bench going. We'll have Mavistiff here. Well, we won't have an early game attacker. We'll be able to get Spiritomb and Spirit. If they go up into Ghastly here, we could get them. Because we could Mavistiff. They're going to Artisan. They'll probably Filch here to draw a card. Grimmsnarl, right? Is this the Marnie that evolves into Grimmsnarl? Wanted to add it in the deck list, and then my brain worked. I'm there too. I'm there too. All right. Do I rip a Marnie is the question here. I probably do. This deck is kind of interesting because like when you're playing a Crispin deck, like normally you think you want an energy in the discard pile for a Raihan, but do I Earthen Vessel this away here? Like it kind of makes you think. All right, Team Rocket's Coughing has an ability. There's Janine's, but Janine's doesn't help any. Actually, Janine's gets me Mavistiffing, right? And maybe that's like just good because I can go energy here and here, attach energy from hand. And then I can keep setting up because we still have access to Artisan, so it doesn't feel bad. So we just don't have much in ways of our deck. But Spiritomb is at least a backup attacker. Let's go ahead and get that done. I can actually attach energy here and here because I do think that this card is going to be more relevant before the Sneasel and the Weavile is, just because of the one ability. Don't even think these two have an ability. So Janine's is pretty cool here. I'm going to go here and here. Boom, boom. Maybe I don't need Mela. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I don't need the fire. Has the poison ever been an issue? I found it not to be that much of an issue. Like I've never had Guzzlord like be poisoned, and it's just the 10. It's not like the affected. I think like a lot of us have a like a skewed thought of where poison is because we play against the poison deck, and it's always like 4 and 5 counters. So it's just like 1, 1, and 1. So like it does make 120 hit Guzzlord if you do Janine while it's in the active. But usually I found myself Free Retreat Sneasel's just boss, right? Like there, if I had attached to it, I could just retreat into it. So there's like things like that you can do that I think that are good with Janine. It's like you don't have to worry so much about the damage output. And I do think that this deck is better than most at getting that second Guzzlord. It's not like all in on the plan, but like, you know, with Janine's, with Crispin, you're definitely looking at earlier Guzzlords. You can go back to back. Missing GLC, yeah. I mean, this is the last little bit. I'm going to be missing GLC on live too. Yeah, that one of the reasons why we do the tournaments is because even though Twin Leaf isn't perfect yet, it is kind of hard to find games on live. So, or not on live, on Twin Leaf. So having the tournaments is at least like a scheduled time for you to definitely get like 3 games in if you wanted to. So like that's the reason behind the tournaments. Like it's not like you can't be super competitive in that league just yet. All right, hey, look, we found live part here. That's pretty good. Gosh, what do I get rid of? Because we are putting Mavistiff in getting KO'd range. I kind of just want to. Is it greedy to just Tate and Liza up the Spiritomb and take a KO and save my Mavistiff? I don't think it is at all. That saves some resources here. I don't even know if I want to discard. I could discard and then Cynthia and Caitlyn back too. There's a lot of different options here. Let's start with an Intimidating Howl, because they put up what they wanted me to get rid of. So let's put something else up here. If they go into the Wheezing, we just KO it, right? Because that's the biggest boy. The biggest, baddest boy on the land. All right, it's probably Guzzlord time. And I think that their hand's been kind of doo-doo, so let's get rid of Marnie here. And, yeah, let's get these two. Let's save that fire on the deck here for Crispin player or the like. Let's discard the fire. Draw 2. Now we got Mela options. Attach to Guzzy Boy, Raihan, counter Dark Batch. And if we find it, it's fine. Let's build some Spite. And now we got the Tate and Liza play for next turn if we need it. Feeling good. Let's go Wild Tackle. This is why I really like this card in this list too. Like, it's a place for your fire energy to go. It pairs really well with Swalot. It pairs really well with Guzzlord with those low damage caps. And it does, like, 160 is big damage on stage 1. I mean, sure, it's 3 energy, but, like, we are accelerate energy deck. So I'm really liking the doggo. If there's one thing that's been like, besides the Swalot that's been really impressive, it is Mavistiff. And I've got my shiny. I think, yeah, that was my cut too, was the Zerork. To be fair, the Zerork is probably kind of good, though. The Phantom, I can't remember which Zerork you were playing. Like, Phantom Transformation Zerork might actually be kind of like legit, right? Because, like, you can just go get the Swalot again. Or you could go and get Weavile. And, like, you can just, like, you're kind of like this, like, you know, this boxy, like, find the stage 1 that does the thing. You can get Mavistiff again. But yeah, Zerork is definitely like, both Zerorks. I think you were playing the Foul Play one, the copycat one. Yeah, both Zerorks. Really, all three Zerorks are just so good. And then we got the new one coming out. The new one, which I think is great. I think if you look at the next set coming up, and this is just me purely speculating, if you look at the next set coming up, and you look at like how they're kind of like trying to reprint some of these cards, like Zerork, the Zerork is not in live, right? So they've power crept it by making a card that's a combination of both of them. So like that might be the way that they go about making live happen on, or GLC happen on live. Hey, bye Splitty, thanks for joining us. But that might be a way. A similar thing happened in Magic, and those of you who don't follow Magic, Magic Arena popped up, and it was just standard for so long. And then they invented a new format called Modern, or they had Modern for a long time, but they invented Pioneer. And so Pioneer wasn't on the client for so long because it was backtracked to cards from, you know, 5, 6, 7 years earlier. And so they like had added those cards gradually, but then they ended up just kind of like reprinting some of those cards under different names, and we're just like, this is basically Pioneer. And so that's one of the things that they've done. Specifically cards that I wanted for my Blue-Red Dragons deck. All right, we're gonna mulligan here. That was mulligan 2. Gosh, not three of the worst starters you can have here. Pierce gets you darkness energy though. So let's go up into Hoopa here. I'm thinking, I don't know, Moltres late game. I'm so torn. So torn between this Moltres, dude. Like, I get why I included it. I get why my brain wants it in there. But just don't know. Zerork will see that much play. It's both, but a little bit worse. Yeah, because the Mind Jack attack is just 1 energy, right? Am I wrong? It's like 1 in 3. So the Copycat attack is worth more. I'm not sure. I don't know the exact printing. I know it's both. Yeah, but no ability. So yeah, it doesn't have the hop forward and retreat thing that the Mind Jack one does. Yeah. No, Grayson, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, don't take the Twin Leaf tournament so seriously. Guzman's kind of fun. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not a card you want to see, dude. This card right here. All right, we're about to see Moltres' best use. You guys ready for it? Do I have Light Part in hand, right? Yeah, okay. All right. So here is Moltres' best use. Purloin, Hide and Dark. Here is a Moltres. Come get it. Come get it, Misty Starmie. But yeah, Twin Leaf tournaments every Monday, 8:30. We play them. I don't take them too seriously. They're still a fun time. But yeah, come join them. Come play some games with us. Just get 3 games in a row. Who cares what your record is at the end of the day? Not all the cards are there. You're going to have a bug or two. But if you definitely want some games in, that's the way to do it. So that's what those Twin Leaf tournaments are all about. And I give out random gift cards. Because we don't do it by people who won. We give them out randomly because that's the best way to do it. Yeah. Matty G's a pro at doing well with the cards that he brings. Even if he thinks that they're silly ideas, like this deck is sweet. Like this is definitely based off of some of the thoughts that he had, like 100%. Give Matty G all the credit for this deck. It was super sweet. I wanted to play it. Destroyed me with birds one time, I'm pretty sure. So like be looking out for Matty G. All right. This is So obviously I put up the Glaring Moltres to die, but I don't think it's going to die here. We lost Blender. Are we going to see our friend the bird? Where you at, Cram? So I'm definitely going to go Guzma on the Drizzile, Hoopa, KO it, and then we are just still worried about the Staryu. So the Cram is going to take... All right, there's Articuno that boosts the damage. This is kind of like free water, but like less of an extent. I kind of like where these vibes are at here. Let's see what they opt to do here. They're going to go up into the Cram here, so they might get back-to-back KOs, but I think I have to go after the Drizzile. Not that this could KO this anyway. So let's go up into Purloin. At least Guzzlord survives. There's Timer Ball. Timer Ball is a little bit unfortunate at this stage in the game. We're pretty locked in to the Guzma play. So I do have to just do this. Are we locked into the Guzma play? Yeah, we are. We are locked into the Guzma play. And then worst comes to worst, I can just Dark Patch, Mela, draw counter energy next turn, right? We're just pros, dude. We're just pros here. That's how it's going to happen. I'm sure that they're playing. I mean, I'm not going to risk them. They probably are playing the good Inteleon, right? They might be playing the quick shooting one. All right, there's Glaring Weezing. Glaring Weezing is actually a really bad pickup here because it's going to make our Mellow worse. But I don't even know if we don't have Fire Energy, right? No, we don't. So the Mellow is going to be poo-poo regardless. And also because of this is hiding Dark, our Dark Patch is worse too. Yeah, Grayson, if you've only been playing a couple months, come play Twin Leaf. Like it's a good place, low stakes, free entry, do all the stuff. All right, here comes Starmie. So this Starmie is really cool. When it evolves, you get to do the 60 plus the 80. If not, it's just 1 energy for 60. This is gonna miss the mark though, unless they have like Muscle Band or something along the lines, which I wouldn't be shocked if they did. This is gonna... All right, so 140. Good thing we got rid of Quick Shooting Inteleon. All right, there's Iono. Iono might be better. Might be better than most things here. I think I got to get rid of... Honestly, probably the Mela right now. Let's just see what we get into. There's another basic. I like to see that. Is the 1 extra card better than discarding the Dark Patch? So let's Iono here. The Nidoqueen and the Nidoking deck. So here's the sauce on that. Here's the sauce on that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's competitive anymore. It was definitely very specific about what it was trying to do. And it was like trying to compete with like big basics in the format, and things just got really super fast. So, can it compete? Not sure if that answer is still yes or not, but it's definitely a fun deck. But it had its moment, and it's probably still fine. It's just like a lot of what's going on is just faster than you getting set up. So I don't want to say no to the deck because I haven't played it in a while. And that original idea, no, it wasn't my idea. Z-Man had a list, and I kind of took his list and kind of poked around with it and did my thing with it. Not saying my thing was better than his thing, but worked with it, and I liked it a lot. I liked it for what it was, and it hits hard. It hits hard, and it does fun things. It's just evolutions in Dark can be really tough. So what I would say is you're going to have those matchups where Nidoqueen sweeps, and then you're going to have those games where you just can't get set up and die. It's just going to feel really swingy. But again, doesn't mean it's bad. All right, let's go up into our live part here. All right, there's Pokegear. I'm kind of like boss KO here. It's kind of like what we're looking to do here. So So I think I might just get rid of this Pokey Gear. What could it find me that's better than what I already have? I don't know. There's Mabastiff, there's Janine's. Janine's is not better, unfortunately. So this Weavile could take the KO. But let's use Hoopa as long as we can. Alright, let's retreat. Thanks, Magi. Appreciate it. This is probably close to our last game here. I don't think I want to evolve into Weavile just yet. Let's go Assault Gaten. We're trying to keep even. We just got to find a way to get Guzzlord back in the next couple turns. If we get Guzzlord and a Beast Ring, I'm feeling confident. Everything over there has 120 or less. We're keeping up on prizes. We will next turn too with a Weavile. So again, feeling good about where we're at. We just gotta find the right cards. Swalot still looking like it could take a KO here. Splash Energy. Did I missed that? No, this is Wash. Okay. Gonna play Lana's Aid here. Probably. Oh, they gotta get back the Palafin. So Lana's Aid. Palafin makes a lot of sense. Oh, this is Ben Cute, by the way. Ben Cute plays in some of our Twin Leaf tournaments. All right, here comes Palafin. So 130 is going to be pretty good. We need to find the energy for Weavile. So I might just rip this Cynthia. I might ditch Mabastiff and then Cynthia. Because we just need to find a way to get Guzzlord back. Ideally this turn. And ideally this turn plus Beast Ring. So I think Cynthia has to be our out here. Yeah. What's also cool is Swalot takes the KO here. Right, there's counter energy. That's so good, but I wish if we had Guzzlord, that's just so good. Let's just let's just go ahead and trade this Mabastiff away, and let's just see if we get a way to recover. There's a Dark Patch, not quite. Dang, this would have been so busted. All right, let's pray. Dang, almost everything we needed, right? Almost everything we needed. All right, Artisan. Let's go Artisaning. Galarian Wheezing is pretty good. Might need Spiritomb. Might need the Mabastiff. The 160 might be pretty relevant at this stage. I do got Evolution Incense. Give me that Galarian Wheezing. If we do take care of this, I think I got to take care of it with the... oh, what did I grab off? Ah, I grabbed the wrong thing. I was like, let's grab Galarian Wheezing. Definitely the wrong card to have grabbed. But it's okay. We're not that far behind on this. Because if we just get the Swalot, we can KO next turn. I was going to wait for that anyway. Because this will lose an ability, so we'll kind of lose the ability to KO some bigger things. So let's go do the 150 here. We are going to... they're going to immediately come up and KO with their friend here. Fire Energy, not ideal, but not bad. So I think because we missed the Guzzlord there, I think we're going to miss... We're probably going to lose this game. We're going to lose on the trading. Which this deck is pretty sweet. I've been looking at a build like this, trying to fit this Starmie into a deck. And I think what's happening here is what you kind of expect to happen in these sorts of decks. It's just like you've used the Starmie once. Now it's sitting there attached with an energy. And, it can do 60, which actually, honestly... If they find Guzma here, I would use this on my Mabastiff 100%. Find the Guzma, hit the Mabastiff, but they have Guzma been used already. If you can get multiple KOs out of this, you're winning. And then they would have, this or this to back them up. So this is looking pretty good. Cheap, efficient attackers. This is just a sweet deck overall. I'm going to have to ask Ben to share this list with us. All right, gonna spit innocently here. Goodbye, friend. You shall be missed. All right, go, Liepard, go. All right, there's research. I'm probably just gonna yank it. What's Artisan? Come to me, Spiritomb. No real reason to Janine's here. No real reason to attach the fire. Goodbye, cards. Hello, new cards. Hello, bad cards. Yeah, let's call this one in. Alright, you got it. Let's give him an emote because I like Ben a lot. We'll say arg, and then we'll we'll concede. Alright. Cool. Alright. That's our dark list. I like it a lot, but you can see the issues that it faces when you've got so many other good consistency engines in the game, and dark is like, we've got Leopard. So that's an issue. Alright, so after playing the deck and not using Galarius Moltres like a single time, like it had one matchup where it kind of shined, but just because we happen to have like Earthen Vessel in hand. I think what I want to do is I want to cut the Moltres. I want to cut the Clara. Where you at, Clara? Alright, so those are two cards I want to cut. Oh, what did I tell Maggie? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we were playing 7 dark. Alright, so go down those two cards. And then what two cards enter into their spot? I'm not sure. So you could go like Derail, Yveltal if you feel like you want another basic attacker, which is not a super strong attacker, but it's like reasonable. And then I might just want another like draw supporter. Like we've got Cynthia, I've got Marnie, I've got Iono, so I might just want N. Am I playing N in my real list? Let's see where we're at. Just makes me sad. Like I get why I'm playing the Moltres, and I might still play it tonight. Here, sorry, looking through the actual deck of cards that I have, and I'm playing tonight. To see where we're at. And you also, in the real list, you get stuff like Dark Claw and Muscle Band, which I'm both running, and Parallel City, Evo Soda to have more outs to your evolutions. I might go up Timer Ball. Am I playing Timer Ball on this list? Yeah. So, anyway, that's just two thoughts I have. Clara and Galarian Moltres. I'm really only playing one for the other. I drew this card in my opening hand like 17 times, and it was just super dead. Because we've already got dead cards like Raihan and Mela and Janine's and Crispin kind of on the early turns, which can be good if you have other things going on. But those are definitely cards that I'm thinking about. Is too dark enough? Matty G says no. Is it enough? I don't know. I'm playing Super Rod in my actual version over Ordinary Rod. I don't know. Things to think on. I'll let you guys know after tonight if I end up playing this dark deck. But cool. Anyway, thanks everyone for hanging around. Had a wonderful time playing this deck on stream. So sad to see live go. Maybe I'll get like an early morning stream in tomorrow while Ollie's still out of town and while we still have it. But hey, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you guys later. Have a good day.